our channel. I'm Cheryl and this is...
I'm Heather!
And we are Canvas and Peach Studios. We are social photographers and we specialise in weddings and newborns.
Hence all the babies behind us.
I know. So what are we going to do today, Heather?
So today we are going to talk about how to plan an awesome hen do.
So excited for this, I'm not going to lie.
There is, see if you hold on right through,
There's
there is
so
some
many funny
awesome
bits.
stories.
Yeah. So guys, what we need you to do is hit subscribe and hit the bell, and also like this video, and then also follow us on Instagram and Facebook if you don't already, and check out our website because you might need some inquiries after this coronavirus. All the babies popping out.
Yep.
Maybe.
You need a newborn photographer,
Yeah,
wedding photographer.
we're here.
Need it. Just before we get into the video, we just want to quickly say a wee disclaimer. We are not saying you need to have a home or a way hen do, or you need to have any of this. It's just if you are having this is probably a good guide. Just to have the best
some
time.
tips. Yeah.
Okay.
So enjoy, guys, and we'll start now. Guys, so we're gonna start with our tips, which is dead exciting. And your first one is ask someone to organise your hen do, and that could be a bridesmaid, it could be everyone, or it could be your chief bridesmaid. Yeah, it's just really down to personal preference. But what I would say is ask someone who is organised and efficient.
It is hard. Picking me.
I would get one of them to organise your hen do, and then you'll have a really great time, and everyone can help and chip in as well.
That's if you don't want it, like, because I'm thinking of, like, see if I was to get married, I don't know how I would feel about giving that over.
Because she's a control freak.
I feel like I would maybe plan my own hen.
You would 100% plan your own hen.
So if you're like me, you maybe want to plan your own hen and don't feel bad about that.
No, don't feel bad about it. So who organised your hen do? I am chief bridesmaid and you are everyone.
Yep.
Yeah. So 33 of you voted for everyone, and then 39 organised for the chief bridesmaid. So I would definitely say that's quite a nice mix.
It's a nice mix.
It's more of your opinion of who you think is going to be the best fit for it.
As long as everyone was happy.
Everyone's happy, no one feels pressured.
Speak to your bride. So like when originally with Cheryl's hen, I spoke to her and asked her like, what do you want? So we I found out if she wanted like a classy hen.
Or a not classy
Or a not classy hen.
Yeah.
And did she want loads of inappropriate things?
Yeah.
So that's what she got. Speak to your bride and make sure you're finding out what does she want. Does she want to have an away hen? Does she want to have a home hen? Or does she just want to have like even just all the girls over and have like a movie night in the house or anything along those lines? Speak to your bride and find out what she wants because it's really a celebration for her. So this is another one that surprised us as well. So we had asked, do you want everyone, including the mums, so that was Cheryl's side.
And your aunties.
Or do you want just the kind of younger team? So like you and all your bestos. So we will tell you the
answer. So 76 of you picked your mums to come on your hen do. What is wrong with you? I mean, I would not want my mum to see me. Maybe I just had a wild hen do instead of a classy one, but personally I would not want my mum to see me in any situation I had in the hen do. I mean, there was probably, she could have went on the rooftop bus, but that was probably about it. So I'm shocked.
I had 28 of you chose the young people.
Yeah,
so
I'm of them.
I'm like, I get you. I agree with Cheryl. I don't know if I could have my mum in my hen, but and then your mum might be wild. Or
your mum might be crazy. Or you might not have a crazy hen.
Yeah, so each to your own.
Guys, next tip is split it up. Make sure that if you are having an away hen and a home hen, that you're splitting up the dates. Sometimes when they're too close together, job restrictions can play into place, and then also it can be a lot financially as well. Yeah, there could be a strain there because if you've got one arm to the other and it's on the same payroll, then it could be that you end up absolutely skint that month because you're buying drinks, you're buying everything. Like, becomes quite a big expense. So yeah, definitely try and split it up if you can. However, sometimes it's not the case.
Another good one as well with splitting it up though is what we done again. I'm just going to keep referencing Cheryl's head.
It's not that we like to talk about it a lot.
It's just in my head.
It's just in.
But I ended up planning the away hen, and Kat, she with another bridesmaid, she planned the home hen, which was actually amazing.
It's nice,
because it let me like kind of take a step back and really relax.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's another way you could split up the planning.
Yeah, definitely.
As the bride, if she wants it to be a surprise. We did do this with Cheryl, and she doesn't like surprises.
I hate surprises, so I just kept asking and asking and asking and like, I mean, every day I was like, so what did you do with the hen last night?
She caught me out like, how many times did you catch me out?
So many times.
Did you get me?
It actually came to one time we were doing the wedding show, and she then went, Barca, and then I was like, cool, so it's in Barcelona.
And I was like, no.
But yeah, I would definitely try and keep it a secret. If you've got a bride like that I was, and was just so nosy, then I would maybe tell her some things. But it's fun, it's all fun. Yeah, I would say I loved not knowing certain things about when I was there. Like, it was so exciting to just go, oh, what's happening?
We also wound her up
something awful, which you'll hear about later on. But yeah, definitely do that.
Yes.
That's like, it's a nice wee surprise. So this one surprised us a little, I'm not gonna lie, because I personally did not want a classy hen do. I wanted everything that was all about the hens and like crazy and wild, but I'm obviously a wild person, so this one totally surprised us.
Yeah, totally.
So I am, for the classy girls, weirdly I should be on the other side, but we got 64 for the classy ladies. You guys picked, classy hen.
Yep, and I was 47 or the wild hen,
Which I was so surprised at. I thought it would be the other way around, but there's more than you that are classy out there than anything.
I don't know if people like it.
So the next wee one is make a wee chat without the bride in it. So have a wee group chat with everyone in there apart from the bride, and then that means that you can chat about all those awkward conversations that you need to get out without stressing the bride out. It can be pretty awful if you're all in a group chat together and people are sitting there saying, oh, I can't afford this and I can't afford that, and the bride then takes that to heart because she's just wanting to have the best time, but actually this person's really struggling with their life right now and they really need to have like words with everyone privately without having that awkward conversation that's not needed.
No.
So I would definitely start a group chat and discuss away in there and plan your hen.
Oh, the next one is discuss with the people who are planning the hen if you are paying for everything for the bride.
Yeah.
Now that is, I mean, you need to find out specifically what does that mean. Everything, does that mean like flights and accommodation, or does that mean like spending money and food and drink and
which can get excessive, and it can get to the point where someone's sitting there if they've not discussed it and they're going, oh my god, I only have £30 in my bank account right now and I cannot afford to pay for any more things, and it's that awkward thing. You just need to have that chat. I mean, at my hen do, the girls had a chat previously beforehand saying we can't pay for everything, obviously this is a big expense going to Barcelona, which I completely understood. I think I got, what did I get? The activities.
The
activities were all paid for,
and then we surprised you, it was our goodie
goodie bags and stuff like that.
Games and all the kind of like little bits, your t-shirts, your like
which add up,
slippers and all that stuff. So
a lot of money was spent in that aspect and I really appreciated it. I would never want anyone to feel uncomfortable at like my hen do previously if they weren't if they couldn't afford it, and I didn't want anyone to stress out about that. So make sure that you have a chat with your group, but also I would slide it into the bride and see how she feels comfortably, how she feels about putting that pressure on people as well, because she might not want that.
She might be willing to pay for everything, so it could,
it just depends. It's a really awkward situation,
but you just need to have that
conversation, because if you don't, it's so awkward.
So another shocker comes in is
just full of surprises.
Did you pay for the bride on every occasion?
And I am yes, and you are no. So the first one is 61 of you paid for the bride on every single occasion. That is a lot of money being spent.
That is a lot of money.
So,
you lucky brides.
You lucky brides.
You have some good pals.
You have some good friends.
Cheryl, on the other hand. There was 33 people people voted that they did not pay
Which
for
I
it.
think is nice, to be fair, because I actually would feel very uncomfortable if everyone paid for everything for me. So just put that out there.
I think it's just each to their own
Yeah,
of how
each
you
to
all
your
feel
own,
about
yeah.
it. But I was surprised at that. I thought it would have been more people kind of just covering like one bit here and there, but
Yeah.
for everything, well done.
Yeah,
well done.
Yeah. Guys, the next tip is to have that conversation with all the bridesmaids or all the guests that are coming to the Hen Do, and that is finding out how much they can afford, when they want to go,
Yep.
how much do they want to spend on accommodation, flights, everything like that. Find out those tricky questions and answers, because if you don't do this, you're going to come up with a sum and you're going to send it to the group chat and everyone's going to go, I can't do that. So you need to ask everyone how much their budget is on planning on spending on this hen, and if it's not realistic, then you need to say to them, right, we can't afford this and we can't do this hen do at that level. So we're going to talk to the bride and see what she says.
Plan sooner rather than later.
And plan sooner rather than later, because if you do that, then you're able to afford it.
Get time to say that.
Whereas if you plan it like 2 months beforehand, everyone's going to freak out and be like, I can't afford £500 in the next 2 months because I've got this and that and this and that, and it becomes so stressful and there's a financial strain on you. So definitely plan ahead of time and you will be able to go on the most amazing hen do.
The next one is abroad or home hen. You'd actually be surprised at your prices. So before, like maybe this might be to a bride rather than like the group, because she might be deciding roughly, does she want a home or is she worried about the pricing? So she could actually go out herself beforehand and go and look at the costing for going abroad and the costing for like staying at like a home hen. And then sometimes you might actually be very surprised at how cheap you can get things
away or at home.
Yeah,
so it just really depends time of year and where you're going as well. So look into it. Make sure you put your goggles on.
Research. Going to play a little game of percentages. We asked you on Instagram a few different questions and we were very surprised with some of the answers. So the first one is, what would you want, an abroad hen or a home hen?
So I am the abroad hen and you're the home hen.
Yep.
So I am. 66 people said that they would want an abroad hen do. It's quite a lot.
And then 47 people voted for a home hen.
Which is still quite a lot, actually. Yeah, I would say that's nearly 50-50.
Yeah, very close.
So it's quite nice to see.
Interesting. So the next one is your airport transfers, or like how are you going to get to your accommodation. So you need to firstly work that out, and then obviously the cost of it, and then are you going to split that up and then make sure if it is something like petrol money, that is obviously been into the budget. It is something that can easily be forgotten about, and then before you go away on an away hen and it's like, oh, how are we all going to get there? Is someone's partner going to drive us? And you're like,
it's very awkward.
There's another £24 each in there. So don't forget about your airport transfers or car or fuel or anything, whatever mode of transport it is, you need to remember about it and add it into the budget. Another thing that I done for Cheryl's hen was actually use a company called Go Hen. Now this is not sponsored. It's actually a really funny story. So the first time we went to the Scottish wedding show, again not sponsored, it was for obviously Cheryl, and we were bridesmaid and bride, and yeah, there was a company called Rum Cha 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 here, not sponsored, and they were giving out shots. And we had to take a picture.
Drifted over to the shot area.
And we took a picture with their Polaroids, and I thought the competition was to win a free bottle of Rum Cha Cha Cha. Turns out the competition was to win a £500 towards a hen do through Go Hen. So there was 5 bridesmaids all in going to Barcelona for Cheryl's hen. So we all took £100 each off our total costs, and that was mainly for us activities. We booked flights and accommodation separately.
But what did you book in the Go Hen?
So we booked burlesque dancing, which was interesting.
Hilarious.
We kind of thought it would be like a bar type scenario, but it was more of a dance studio. So it was quite serious, but we just tried to kind of make it
lighten it up,
make it a bit funny. And then what else did we do that night?
On a boat.
Well, no, that night we had.
Okay, so she's going in order.
I'm trying to do it mentally. That night we had how would you describe it? A male dancer.
Dancer came in, which I didn't know about.
That wasn't fully clothed.
Which I didn't know about.
Which was
very we also got our tickets in for the club as well.
Yes, we got nightclub entry, so it was like
amazing.
VIP entry.
We got free entry.
Yes, nightclub, that was good. And a free drink as well.
Yeah.
And then the next day was at the boat day.
Yeah, that was the boat.
So we went on the boat and I had a barbecue and we got 2 drinks tokens, which I absolutely love. Use and Go Hen, honestly, they were the nicest people. Yeah. They gave me so much advice. I was never off the phone to them until my day off. I was like, hello, how are you? It's me again. We're in the Barcelona. Right, okay. It was, yeah. So they were so helpful. So consider using something like that. You could also use the booking system. And that meant that the girls all separately, you didn't experience that, but other bridesmaids, they could go on and they could pay like installments, or they could pay like the balance and deposit, and I could see, or they could all see as well, who's left to pay and how much you've got left to pay and who paid the deposit. So it kind of broke everything down. It was really good. You're like,
I didn't know that. I didn't know that. That's really good.
Yeah, so go ahead and go check them out. So another wee tip that I learned throughout planning was you can book your flights on Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Apparently that saves you some money. And then also we picked a time that was later on in the evening, which saves us a bit of money, and flew from a smaller airport, Prestwick Airport for us, and that saved us money as well. But you could, if you've got enough time, I know when the flights are first announced, that also is when they are the cheapest. So if you've got enough time, plan in advance, then book your flights sooner rather than later.
Guys, next one is be smart with your accommodation. Make sure you're picking somewhere that is close by but isn't costing you a fortune, and then also somewhere that isn't far away that's going to cost you a fortune in taxis, etc. as well, or petrol.
We were kind of like 10-15 minutes walking distance for most things,
which was quite good, but it was a good price as well.
Yeah.
And it was nice as well. So check out Airbnb, that's a great place to go. I mean, for my friends Hen Do, Kate's, I found that like lodges online, like I just typed in lodges up in Aviemore and it came up with some really great ones, but you're best just finding out the best places and having a look around and checking out prices as well and seeing which one suits everyone.
But take your time with it. There's like no rush, you just need to make sure you're not rushing into it and everyone's happy with the price.
Yeah, definitely.
From previous experience with myself, I decided, approaching Cheryl's Hen Do, that I wanted to give her the best all singing, all dancing Hen Do. Just because we see all the Hen Do's, and I just wanted to give her that. So whenever I was kind of looking at the price and I was like, oh god, I can't afford all of this myself, and then I was a wee bit like, what if one person's struggling, what if one person isn't struggling? It's always awkward. So I came up with a plan, and I will share this document with you. What I done was broke it up into categories. So t-shirts was a category, Iona, Cheryl's sister-in-law, had goodie bags, she smashed it out of the park. Georgia, she was on the accessories.
She also smashed it.
Everyone smashed out the park.
Everyone did.
She got like the glitter for the glitter night, and she done the big massive cathedral veil. And then you're saying it's like amazing. And then Kate, she ended up doing the games
and also the party outfit.
The surprise outfit. Again, Kate smashed it. Oh my god. And I done decor and food. So and then there was t-shirts as well, which we ended up all just kind of divvying that up. But so we split it all up into categories, and I set a £50 budget on each of those because I thought that was quite fair. And then because that's like what £10 a t-shirt really. So it meant that everyone then could comfortably spend £50, and we had about 6 months or 8 months before we went away. You could buy that at any time, and there was no pressure. I put in loads of links of like different things that I had heard that Cheryl liked.
You also suggested like eBay and stuff like that.
Yeah, to save money.
That's a lot cheaper than going to like, for example, like see like the plates and stuff like that.
Yeah, I got
that can be like
eBay.
really expensive if you go into like Hobbycraft or anything like that. So you're better going online.
So everything was broken down. Everyone had a responsibility, which meant that everyone was actually involved and could get a wee bit excited as well. And at the end of the day, everything, like I also didn't say you have to buy this. It was their own choice. So
it's quite nice for everyone to get involved as well, and it was a surprise for everyone as well when they came in. Like everyone was excited because there was things that they hadn't seen yet.
Yeah, I know. I loved. I've still got my Hen Do slippers. I love them to bits. So I really felt like that just made everything so much easier. There was no last minute purchases at all. Everyone had covered
it also
their
meant
bits.
those that wanted to spend more that they could, because they had that choice and there was no pressure there.
There was no pressure.
Aha, to not or to do.
Yeah.
They just had to stick to the £50 budget.
And that was
and
was
everyone
it.
smashed it.
Yeah, and it all worked out smoothly.
Yeah.
So I also made an itinerary. This one we sent to the girls, so this was a group of girls that were all going, so they knew the address and everything like that, and it just helped because they got to know like what was planned for each day, when they had free time, what times they were expected to be in different places. And I just feel like it worked really well for our group, so it's something that might work for your group as well. So I made a copy of the itinerary, edited it a wee bit and sent it to the bride Cheryl, and this didn't give the game away, but it meant that she kind of knew roughly some places that we were going, and again it just kind of helps with what to bring and stuff like that, so it was great, worked out really well. I also made a what to wear guide. This was great to send to Cheryl as it kept everything a secret, but she also knew what to pack. It also helped all the other girls kind of know what clothes were needed, and then where they needed to kind of bring their own clothes if we weren't doing like a theme night.
Guys, the next one is, has a hen do ever put a financial strain on you? And this one I don't think surprises me at all, because most people that I've ever heard planning a hen do or anywhere have said, I can't afford that, or that's really stressed me out, or I mean every girl that you talk to at some point in their life that says I've got a hen to pay for, or I've got a wedding to pay for, or I've got anything. So I think no matter what the situation, I would say 44 people are lying.
44 people said that a hen do hadn't put a financial strain on them. I'm surprised.
They must be minted, because I'm like, or you're very prepared and you've planned this 2 years in advance, to be honest, because 61 of you did say that you had a financial strain on you for a hen do.
And I was super organised with Cheryl's planning.
I would say every single person.
Yeah, you still have to put money away.
Including the bride, to be honest, because she's paying for a wedding. But it's like, it will always take an impact, no matter what. So the next thing is, think about doing a theme night. I really wanted to do theme nights, I'm not gonna lie. I'd seen loads of people posting stuff online about their theme nights, so I chose to do a glitter night, a black and white night, and then
we done the swimming costumes.
And we done the swimming costumes, which we didn't really get to wear because the weather wasn't that nice, and the last day we were very ill. We were just done at that point. So, but we had a few things there that made it a wee bit nicer, and got everyone quite excited. And yeah, it was just cute to wear, see for photos and stuff like that as well. And
plus the glitter night was great because most people have a sequin dress for Christmas.
Yeah, I know, it's so true. And some people go online and try to find a dress for hours, maybe days. So I would definitely look into getting some theme nights. It's cute for your photographs, and it just makes it
something
different.
A bit different.
Yeah, you don't usually do that on your nights out, so it makes it more of a hen.
If you are going away or into log cabin or whatever with a group of people who maybe don't know each other, you might find that there could be potential like personality clashes together. So a really good tip to kind of just make sure that everyone knows that you don't have to be together 24/7. You can schedule in like free time. So like say like we did go to Barcelona and the shopping over there is amazing. So if one or two bridesmaids wanted to go away together and go shopping, then they could, and nobody could go, oh, you're leaving the group, or you know what I mean, like you don't.
There was a few sneaky ones. I think the only thing that our group did was go and get snacks
all the time.
All the time. I mean, there was snacks mentioned, 24 snacks. Did someone say snacks? I would 100% say, yeah, that's probably what everyone did, was went away in wee groups and just went, had some breathing space and went and got some snacks. And
and there's no absolutely no harm in that.
No.
But it's good to schedule it if you, I like schedule it with your schedule. Schedule it in so that people know before
When
they
that
go,
time period
they
is.
can go, all right, okay, I've got some free time, I don't have to be with the group.
Yeah, and it's good for sanity.
Yes.
Next thing is maybe planning for less days. If, for example, the group, you know, there's someone in the group that might not get on, or there's someone that doesn't know someone but you think their personalities might be different, or just in general, it is good not to plan too long a hen do. I know you want to make it last forever, but it's honestly a good idea to make it shorter than longer. people tend to get really tired at the end of it, hungover, a little bit snappy, a little bit hangry, or you just don't know what's coming. So you're better actually cutting it like when it's good, and then that's a good thing to look back on, isn't it? Rather than
trying to drag it out and people are
yeah.
tired and start arguing.
Yeah, so you're better keeping it short and sweet.
So this one's a wee bit of a sad one. We asked if you guys all enjoyed your hen do's, and 7 people
said no.
They didn't have a hen that they expected, and they were sad and they didn't enjoy it. Like,
so I can't imagine what that feels like to look back on one of your most exciting times.
Yeah, that made us really sad.
Yeah, sad times. And then 46 of you said that you had the best hen do that you'd ever thought you were going to have, so that's amazing. And I was in that category. So guys, the next wee tip is a really cute one. My bridesmaids, they ended up planning so that they came into the studio, they done it all up, and they done a really nice surprise for me before we went away on the flight, because we went on a later flight, didn't we? So it's about 4 o'clock in the afternoon that we finally flew out. So Heather and the girls all arranged to come into the studio at 12 o'clock and come down, and I would come in and surprise me. And we'll show you a wee clip of this just now, but it was really cute, and it was just
we
so
played
sweet.
loads of games, so we played all the usual hen games that we maybe couldn't take with us. We took loads of pictures, we done some like confetti cannons,
and it was just really fun.
A part of our business is like the reveal wall, so
and we did the reveal wall for me.
For Cheryl.
So cute.
And had slideshows.
And there was a huge veil. It was the most amazing thing. So I would definitely say if you can plan a wee day before, you go on your flight and you drive up to wherever you're driving to, plan something beforehand, or take the bride out for lunch, or anything beforehand, do these things.
The reason why we done that, extended it, is because our flight wasn't till, as Cheryl said, later on. So it meant that
it would be a
Thursday was still like a full like hen party day, and we saved money by getting the kind of later rubbish time flights. So saved money, but still had an awesome day.
Yeah, and it was amazing.
So another thing that I done for Cheryl's hen was, once I kind of got the addresses for everything, I had it noted to how far away it was. I feel like a crazy person. I had it noted from how far away distance-wise it was, and how long it was for a taxi, how long it was to walk it.
And so you scheduled extra time as well for us, because when we were at the boat we had plenty of time, and that was like quite a hungover morning, so I would say that was actually really good that you did that, because otherwise it would have been chaos.
See, for me, like it takes me ages to get ready in the morning, right? So like, so if someone woke me up and was like, right, we're ready to go, I would be like so stressed. So I just thought I didn't want to put someone else in that position. It made sure they knew what time we had to leave, and then that meant they could then adjust their waking up time to get ready and not be stressed out. So yeah, just making sure that you've got all the kind of distances and timing
on point. So guys, make sure that you find out any dietary requirements. This one next to us is vegetarian, and you don't want that person to feel horrible that they can't eat anything at the restaurant. If you're sharing a bill, like, make sure that they get a good amount of food, and they're not starving, because
tapas is famous for that.
Tapas is not
but
good.
Then it's not just my stories, but loads of stories put in, like saying like they were maybe gluten free or whatever, and people were eating their food, and it's like, oh, it's so awkward.
You need to have like a chat and be respectful to other people's eating, like and what they're wanting, because it's not fair for someone to be having chips in the corner and then everyone else is having a full course meal. And then also like discussing bill payments and splitting the bill. Now, a really good tip that we actually did that's not on here, but the tip with we put in a kitty every day, so we put money together, and everyone put in a certain amount each day, and we took from that kitty, and if we were to run out, we would then all put in the same amount again into that kitty, because otherwise it's like, who bought this and who bought that, and it can become so confusing that actually by the end of the trip there's someone that's maybe got a bill of £40 in their account and you don't know because they feel too guilty to say, and then it's just this awkward situation. So you're better knowing how much is being put in the day, and everyone's done the right amount, and there's no stress.
Another wee point as well, coming from a veggie I would never book like a specific restaurant just for my dietary requirements. So if I was with a group of people that weren't vegetarians, I wouldn't want to just go out there and book a vegetarian restaurant. Or in the opposite side, someone book a restaurant that doesn't have any. You don't want to force people.
You need to find a nice balance.
Yeah. All about balance. Zen, happiness. And then everything will go smoothly and they'll be upset and you'll just avoid all that awkwardness. Another one is again on the kind of transport point, but it's actually when you are on the Hen Do. So we used what's that called? Uber. Uber quite a lot. Not sponsored. And the first few it was like on my bank account, which is fine. It was only a few wee small ones, but then we realised we could pay by cash, and obviously that can then come out the kitty rather than it being someone's ordered that Uber and it's on their bank account and in their bank account.
And then actually no one can keep track of it, and maybe someone has actually paid a lot more taxis than what everyone else realises, because when you go in taxis you tend to be quite drunk. So you need to keep a tab on it, you need to be fair, and you need to just look out for everyone in your group, because if someone's paying for that, they're going to get more and more and more annoyed as the Hen Do goes on, and they're going to leave and probably never bring it up. And to this day there will be people out there that have paid for 200 taxis and different locations.
You'll be sitting there going,
yes! Yes! I paid for all those taxis. No one paid me. There will be one out there. So true. If you're way on the Hen Do and an argument breaks out for some sort of reason, what you're better doing is taking a step back, breathing, just go to bed. Go to bed if you're drunk, or if it's out in an actual area and things have just went really, really badly, then just take a breather, take a step away and actually have a conversation once you've calmed down. If you're not drunk, if you're drunk, then talk about it in the morning, because there's no point getting upset, ruining the night, stressing about it, and just don't get in that situation. It's awkward because sometimes heads butt, or people are really drunk, or they can't control it, and then it's just an awkward thing.
You just need to talk calmly about it.
You're all there for a really nice time, so the worst thing that you can do is extend an argument and make it even worse the next day because someone can't get along, or someone did something that someone doesn't agree with, or anything like that. So just remember you're there and you love each other and you're all friends and you're all happy. And
just take it easy.
Just take it easy.
Take a breath.
So guys, the next one is, did anyone argue on your Hen Do? And I am yes and Heather is no. So I'll go first and show you that 18 people did argue on their Hen Do, or someone argued on their Hen Do. Sad times.
Actually quite a positive vibe here, because 53 of you said that there was no arguments. And I'm like, well done.
I know,
well done.
Good.
That is impressive.
We're only there for one day, because how did that happen?
I'm like, girls will be girls.
Will be girls.
So well done to 53 of you.
So guys, the last thing, and this is probably the most important thing, is that you don't need to have hundreds of money spent on your Hen Do.
No.
You don't need to have loads of props and accessories, and you don't need to be doing thousands of activities, and you don't need to be going away, or like a home hen, or you don't need to be flying away, or going to a log cabin, or going to Edinburgh, or down south, like anywhere. You don't need to have all that. You could literally have everyone in the house chilling out, pajamas on, getting the movies going, the drinks going, and just enjoy yourself, and just make sure that you've got everyone that you love around you, because that is the most important thing, is that you're getting married at the end of this. I don't know if you've realised this, and that is the main reason why everyone is there, because they're celebrating you, and you're getting married. So you want to feel amazing in this time period, and that doesn't need money behind it.
No.
It doesn't need anything. It just needs your best friends.
It needs your people.
You need your peeps. And if you don't have them, then you'll have a rubbish Hen Do. That's the one thing that you need to have a good Hen Do, is
you need your
everyone that you love.
Friends and family.
That was so cute.
That was really cute.
Cry. Guys, the last thing that we are going to talk to you about is dirty little hen secrets. So these have been emailed into us via Instagram. There's stories of hens that have maybe went wrong or things that have happened in the hen do that no one could ever expect to happen.
Nope.
So we'll start our stories and we're going to read these out to you from our laptop, so just stay tuned to what we're saying, and yeah, try bear with us when we tell you the stories because we'll probably be laughing quite a lot. Okay?
So one of the ones that we have got here is obviously a local and they had to walk around Coatbridge Main Street kissing strange men for cash for the hen. And then they finished it off by saying, is that still a thing? And we were sitting here going, was that ever a thing?
Why?
I'm like, kissing men on Coatbridge Main Street.
When was this?
Oh.
Especially Coatbridge Main Street, you could catch something from them. You know what? So someone else has posted in saying, my mum got tied to a lamppost semi-naked outside her work and men could leave money and get a kiss. Pretty sure that's violation, like 100%. And also the fact that your mum, like, were you born at this point? Because that's disgusting. Like, what? Your poor mother.
I think this maybe like years ago, man. That would not be accepted.
That would not be accepted nowadays, no, for sure.
One of my ultimate favourite moments in my life was, I don't even know if we can say this word. Okay, I'll describe it. So we dressed Cheryl up as something that is skin coloured, rounded in shape, and
comes from a man. And did I know about this? No, I did not until said bridesmaid came through, Kate, presented me with it when I was in my outfit, full scale dressed up, and proceeded to tell me that I was wearing this tonight, and I was like, oh my god, what is this? And then I put it on and realised it inflated. So, but we needed to go get batteries, so we left the apartment, went to the store and asked we Spanish men to get us batteries, which is when they then started howling and then gave us batteries. I don't even think we paid for them.
And you got blown up.
And I got blown up, and it came worse when we went outside.
And the lower half of her were swaying.
It was so bad. It was so bad. Honestly, it was the most embarrassing but best freeing moment of my life. I'm not going to lie.
She is a good sport.
It was a celebrity moment for me. Everyone was taking pictures of it. There was. I mean, we didn't get killed going down an alley, which I think was pretty decent.
Yep.
And the whole night was just hilarious.
That was hilarious.
Yeah.
Everyone wanted to get pictures.
Yeah.
Definitely a highlight of my life, I'm not going to lie.
See, if you're not a classy hen and you're planning a not so classy hen,
dress it up as
dress it
you know
up
what
as
we're
you
talking
know
about.
what. Guys, I'll read this out for word, but this is pretty brutal. I was at a hen party and we all went to the water park as an activity for the day. Let's just say our tummies weren't great, and one by one we all went down the water slide. First bridesmaid went down and a little bit of poop let out. And then the second bridesmaid down and another bit pooped out. Oh my god. So the most awkward moment was when I, the third bridesmaid, came out and didn't know what the brown goopy stuff was on my leg, only to be find two howling bridesmaids in front of me apologising profusely. They stressed they couldn't do anything when they got down to stop it, but after that things were a tad awkward for the rest of the day and I felt absolutely horrific because you had poo on your leg. I'm like, that is the most uncomfortable thing I've ever seen in my life or read out.
Is that happened on this?
Well, do you know, I went down a flume before and felt a little bit uneasy that I might, but
I'm not like,
I've been out on a girls' holiday and that's maybe happened.
I'm very scared and I don't know that if I would go down and that might happen because I'm that scared, so maybe I've just never.
I mean, if your tummies are sore, then it can potentially happen. Awkward.
We've had sent in as the party ended up in a drag queen club. And the hen bumped into a different stag party and she ended up giving the stag a lap dance.
I don't know if that's cheating. The next one, guys, has been sent in is once we went out on a hen do and the bride got so drunk she fell and smacked her face on the pavement, gave herself a huge black eye, and this was all before the wedding 1 week. I am dying at that. That's so awkward. You would be so You'd be so raging.
I can't imagine.
Imagine turning around to your makeup artist on the wedding day and going, oh sorry, I just got a black eye for my Hen Do. Can you cover this up, please? Oh, that's so awkward.
Hopefully it wasn't too bad. So the next one, this party we're playing Mr. and Mrs. and the bride accidentally let it slip that she actually pooed in a bag.
It's all very poo orientated. What is going on?
So she put it in a bag whilst her, not just randomly, whilst her bathroom was getting done up.
What?
But then the party had to then confess to her that actually her husband-to-be did not write that.
Awkward turtle.
So she had just confessed like the
To
worst
everyone that she
secret.
just pooed in a bag. Oh my days, that's the most awkward thing I've ever seen in my life. It's like, that's just,
Oh,
that's a wee shame.
I know.
That poor bride.
The next one is, I'll read it out. This is hilarious. So we were on a Hen Do and there was one girl who was very drunk during the boogie bus tour.
Never a good thing. Never.
She proclaimed she was amazing at pole dancing, which she actually is when she's sober. Okay. However, the poor soul got up onto the pole and was really doing amazing. Everyone was cheering and it was great. And then all of a sudden, she fell. Smack bang right on her face.
Oh man, that's so uncomfortable.
It even says here, everyone gasped. Can you imagine? Oh.
That awkward silence afterwards was probably like everyone going, oh my god, is she okay?
There was an awkward silence,
Oh, no.
and when she got up and stood up, she didn't even realise that both her boobs were hanging out the entire world. I would say that was probably the best pole dance that I've ever seen.
That is a beast. That is a beast.
I can't imagine. Well into her for doing it, but
when your boobs come out and everyone's just like, okay, like you took that a step too far.
I wonder if all the mums were there.
That would be. I bet you wouldn't want your mum, your
head near to your pal's boobs.
One out. I probably don't need to read it out actually because it's from my own Hen Do, which is so awkward. So pretty much what happened was we had decided to get the male dancer. He came out, did his wee thing and then left. And I was violated beyond belief, which we're not going to go into that story. But after that I had probably drank quite a lot just to kind of cope with the traumatic stress of it all. And we went out to a club near the beach in Barcelona. It was a good wee night, got quite drunk, didn't need to pay for any drinks really because we did not need any more alcohol. And I decided I really didn't want to stay much longer and wanted to go a wee stroll on the beach. So we all went outside onto the beach, everything was fine, we're just sitting on the sand, maybe lying down on the sand, maybe just being really drunk on the sand. And after that I then decided to run. And by run, yes, I do mean run. And I just got up and decided I'm going to run to the sea and I'm going to be a mermaid. So it was the most probably maddest idea I've ever had, but if you can imagine, right? I get up and I dash like Usain Bolt to the sea, right? And everyone sits there for probably about a second and goes, what's she doing? And then they all realise she's running towards the sea. So then everyone gets up and starts running towards the sea, chasing me, shouting, if you don't come back here, we're gonna kill you in a second. And every bridesmaid was stressed. And eventually Heather dropped out and she was like, I'm not doing this. I know that she will come back to me if I stop, because she won't do it. She'll just stop eventually. She realised no one's chasing her.
I was actually just puffed out. Really.
So Heather dropped out, and then the second bridesmaid to drop out was Georgia. Georgia just dramatically stopped, and I didn't realise at this point that Georgia dramatically stopped because she got a bit of glass in her foot
Slit her toe
open her toe, and then
we spent the rest of the evening.
Well, they did. They spent the rest of the evening in the A&E and Kate, and just visited some doctors and stuff. But the maddest thing about this was Georgia didn't have insurance or a health card, so it was very uncomfortable. when we had that conversation. Yep, the next day. But I, out of all of this, did get to go in the sea, and I swam in the sea, and it was a beautiful moment, wasn't it? It was so beautiful. I got to be a mermaid, which everyone still to this day slags me for, which is fantastic. And after I got out of the sea, poor Iona had to take me home.
She's got a good sister-in-law.
And find a taxi driver that would accept me smelling like sea salt and probably sick. And in the morning it was the most awkward conversations of my life, I'm not gonna lie. Probably felt really, really bad. And Georgia walked around the rest of the Hen Do with a blue foot.
She was a trooper.
She was a trooper. I mean, we did a lot of walking on the last day and she didn't complain once.
No.
So what a legend she is. Thanks, Georgia. You're the best. So that's all our funny stories.
Yes.
We hope that you like them, and we hope that you like this video.
Obviously we will be keeping uploading. If you do have any other ideas, we've got a content plan anyway, but if you think of anything, if this video's popped up a wee idea for you that you want us to do a wee bit of research on and do a video, then please pop it down below. Pop any comments down below, comment your favourite bit, anything, just give us a wee bit of support. Make sure you've subscribed and hit the bell as Cheryl asked.
Yeah, and yeah,
we'll see you
soon
in the next video.
Bye guys.
Bye.
Whee! Happy with the pillow?
Yes.
The pillow organisation.
Sweating, I think.
Read the mic! Oh my god! Testing 1 2 3. Can you hear me? I forgot my water bottle. Just so I know I look nice in the first one now. I don't know if I'm in the same position. Right. Okay.
Hello.
No, it's me. Hello. Oh, me.
Do you want me to do it? So the next one is
What is this?
my brain is moved.
What are this?
It gets harder. I'm like, why is this getting harder?
It's so hot in here. Paying petrol with the cars, or if you're getting airport transfers. Transport. They fly cars.
Next one is work out how you're getting to accommodation.
I'm so sorry. I didn't get it out.
For
transfers.
Wait, take it and I'll just smile at the camera. Awkwardly.
cost.